Kids that come through our doors quite often are kids who feel completely abandoned and rejected by their families. Some feel like they've been thrown away. Some feel like there's no hope for a better future. Just about all of our kids have experienced some type of abuse, whether that's emotional abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse. Hearts with a Mission does something about that.
It wasn't acceptable that there wasn't a place for kids to come that needed a safe place. Now Hearts with a Mission's here. We have a place now where 16 kids can come. They have a safe place where they can eat, be fed, where caring adults are going to look after them. And now we're going to build a place where they can go, they can do their homework, they can have family counseling, they can have their own counseling done. And more importantly, they have an opportunity to connect with other caring adults that are looking to form an authentic relationship with them through the HATS mentoring program. So I think it's a win-win-win. It's a win for our community, it's a win for the kids, and most of all, it's a win for the people that get involved.
My name is Erica Klaus. I'm 18 years old and I just graduated from Eagle Point High School. I was living with a boyfriend before I moved into Hearts, and I had drug use issues, and he was an enabler for it. And then he started getting really physically violent with me, and we didn't end so good. And before that, me and my mom, we couldn't get along at all for the life of us. And my soccer coach, Phil Ortega, who's also my mentor for everything, he's like, well, you can go stay somewhere where I know you'll be safe and you'll be parented 24 hours a day. And I moved in here. I hated it at first, absolutely hated it. I did not want to follow rules. I butted heads with every single one of the staff. Me and Kevin even got in a few arguments over there, and I didn't want to be here because I didn't feel like I could have that freedom that you have when you're anywhere else. I had rules, I had expectations, and people expected things of me, which I had never had that throughout my life. My mom just kind of was like, you'll do it or you won't do it, it's up to you. And after I left here, I felt like I'm a responsible member of society and I'm a functioning adult now. Hearts with a Mission really brought us together so we could not have so much anger and hatred and violence towards each other and just make our relationship work. And now it's okay, and I can go home. Even though I don't live there, I can go and visit there and feel safe and comfortable in my own home, how I should have felt for 18 years.
What is it that we're doing that kids are saying, I feel safe? You know, this changed my life. And, you know, I do know there's a bigger picture. You know, it isn't something necessarily that we're doing, but really what God's doing through us. And it seems simple, it seems easy. Well, sometimes it seems easy, but, you know, it's just those little things that they don't get in their own home.
My name is Sarah Lopez. I moved to Hearts with a Mission because I was depressed and I was thinking about committing suicide, and I talked to one of my school counselors and I ended up here. Saturday, right after I moved in, the staff invited me to go to church with them, and I decided to go. Once I stepped into the church, I just felt like this presence, like this welcoming. Like I haven't experienced it like that before. It was totally different. I cried my heart out and I told him that I was done and I was tired and I needed his help. And he did. He helped me. And now I'm not depressed anymore. I'm living back at home and I'm going to go off to college. I was thinking of staying local, and my counselor was like, why don't you just decide to, just apply for Portland State and see what happens. They were my support once I knew that I got accepted. All of them were so proud of me. My parents were kind of like ticked off that I was trying to leave, and just to hear like the staff say that they're really proud of me, like I didn't get that from my own parents, and to me that was one of the biggest things, to hear I'm proud of you. And when I didn't get that from my parents, that was the biggest support I could ever get. And I appreciate everything they did for me, and all the times they just listened to me, were there for support. They really made a difference in my life.
You know, this is the appreciation that they have for somebody that goes out of their way, that does something for them. So these kids in our community, definitely worth investing in.